I was growing up in a very small family in China. Every morning my mom would ride a bicycle, take me to the school, no matter sunny or the rainy day. My favorite breakfast is always on the street, and this is the Chinese wrap with Chinese donuts inside. And today's recipe is all about this Chinese wrap. Our 煎饼果子 Chinese pancake wrap. We will need to make a pancake batter. Here I use two different flour, corn flour and the regular all-purpose flour. You can also use mung bean flour. And here we're using 50 grams of corn flour and 100 grams of all-purpose flour, and we're going to mixing this two with about 350 milliliter of water. We're just going to mixing this slowly. So adding two of our flour together, and then have our water ready. We're just adding a little bit once at a time. So mixing two flour together and then just adding a bit of water. See how it goes. And if you're going to cook this pancake in a regular flat frying pan, you don't need to add any oil in it, and just add oil in the pan. If you're like me using a pancake how do you call this? Pancake cooker, or especially this kind of stove for cooking pancake. They're just adding 1 tablespoon of regular vegetable oil here. So we don't need to add any oil when we're cooking the pancake. So just adding 1 tablespoon. Okay. We don't need to use all our water, just want to get the correct consistency of our pancake batter. And we want to stirring this completely, so make sure there's no lumps in our batter. Once it's done, we can set it aside. So for this wrap, we will also need to make a salty paste. So this is going to be our sauce, and we're going to need 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce, 1 tablespoon of this kind of sweet salty Chinese sauce called 甜面酱. And this came in a bag. I just refilled this into a separate container, and I'll write the name in the description box. And 1 tablespoon of soybean paste. This here I'm using a Korean soybean paste, but you can use any other brand. Now I'm just going to mixing these 3 sauces together. You could also add in a tiny little bit of soy sauce if you like. So here are some of the fillings we're gonna use for our Chinese wrap. Here we have a bit of spring onion, coriander, this kind of sauce we just made earlier. And here are some of the Chinese donuts I made yesterday. They usually taste better when they're fresh, but if they're old, like overnight, they're getting a bit soggy, a bit soft, then you can use them as a filling for our Chinese wrap. And you can use also put in some other fillings. For example, in China on the streets, many vendors will put in different kind of stir-fried dishes. For example, stir-fried potato, stir-fried seaweed, and here I'm just using pre-made mushrooms. And you can also use pickles. So anything you like, any kind of filling you like will fit perfectly with this wrap. So our pancake maker is heating up. We're just going to test this because the first one usually is not so successful, and we're just going to test a few, then we will know the size and temperature, if it's the correct temperature we want. So Here's the butter we made earlier. So we just take a bit, lay our butter on top. Then here we have this small tool, and we just spread this around. And you need to wet this, so in the water, damp this first, so it's not going to stuck on our pancake. And if you use a regular pan, then you can just use a regular spatula for this. Here we made the one, we just need to turn the temperature a bit lower. You can see it's steaming up pretty quickly. And we're going to crack 1 egg on top. That's also how they're doing this in China. And you're just using a spoon and to crack this. So turn your heat on low at this stage. You're not going to burn the pancake and our egg. So you use a spoon just to spread our egg around on top of our pancake. You're making a layer of egg. While this cooking, we can add in our spring onion and coriander. Just sprinkle on top while this egg is still a bit soft, so they go into our pancake. You can put in as much or less as you want. So once you could see our pancakes flipping up a bit, our egg is getting a bit solid, then we can move it around a bit. Just make sure it's cooked on one side. Then we're going to flip this. Okay. Now our egg side is on the bottom. Then we can put in our sauce. So we're just using a spoon, the back side of a spoon, just spread our sauce around. Don't need too much because this sauce is quite salty, you know. Now we can put in our Chinese donut. I'm just going to put 1. If you like, you can put in more. And here we have our pickle, or here in this case I'm putting some pickled mushrooms, and we just put a few. If you don't like them, you don't have to put in. And then we're going to wrap this. So from one side, the other side. You can also flip the top and bottom, but here it's down. So here is one of our Chinese wrap. I'm going to do a few of the wrap until we finish all our butter. So here is one of the wrap I made earlier. So we're going to cut this open so you can see. So it has egg around outside with spring onion and coriander, and inside it has the mushrooms and 1 Chinese donut, or you call it Chinese churro, in Chinese called 油条. And then that's it. If you like, you can also add in many other different kind of stir fries inside to make it bigger. And this is like a typical Chinese breakfast. So here are the wraps I made earlier. Let's give it a try. You can see it's still warm. It's still warm. And it's wrapped around a Chinese donut. It tastes just like how I remembered. Especially the egg in the pancake and all the herbs inside, spring onion and coriander tastes perfect. Next time maybe I'll put some crispy dough inside so it will be crunchy inside. Maybe it'll taste better. But you can really taste the mushrooms. I guess it's you can put in anything you like if it's Chinese and it will taste perfect. So hope you like this recipe. Please give me a thumbs up and leave your comments below if you want to see more videos like this one. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and thanks for watching.